Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your continued support. It means everything. Thank you for subscribing, for sharing, for commenting, for liking. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am grateful for each one of you. And for the new ones, hi and welcome on board. Yeah, and let's walk this journey together. So today this video is all about, it's gonna be just me and you, and I'm gonna give a story of how I came to Germany, and that was almost 13 years ago. So it's gonna be 13 years next month. Yes, next month. Anyway, yeah, it's a long time, and to think about it, back then I thought I'll be here only for 3 years because I thought I'm gonna get to Germany, pluck the euros from the trees, as everyone thinks. The money grows from the tree, and then I go back home and maybe start bowling and doing some businesses. Yeah, but lo, that was not the case, and I'm not complaining. I am glad that I'm here. I'm glad that I'm still here. I am grateful to be here. I'm grateful for the life that I've built over here, and what God has in store for me, because I know He wrote the story. And sometimes, we just talk about our plans and we don't involve Him. And then He'd be there chilling and thinking, 3 years, okay. You have no idea you're going to stay there for 20 years or even more. Anyway, yeah, just kidding. Yes, so that's at least what happened for me, or to me, and here we are. Anyway, so I came here as an au pair. Au pair is a program of here in Germany that I think it's like worldwide, I would say, where you find a host family, and then the family hosts you, and then you have to give you have to sort of babysit their children, yeah, and then help them with a bit of chores. So it's called like an exchange program, right? And so you come, you take care of, you get a contract, then you have to take care of the kids like 5 hours a day, and then yeah, and then you help them with a bit of the chores, and then you learn their culture. It's like just an exchange program. So it's sort of, you benefit from them and they benefit from you. So they don't see it really as a job. It's not even taken like that as a job, but yeah, it's a program. But at the end of the day, you're getting something out of it, and so are they. So that means I was taking care of two children, and they hosted me. They had to pay for my language school, right? So I had to continue learning German because I just had I had an A level, no, A1 level. That's nothing actually. It's just like you can just introduce yourself. You can say, hi, I am this and that, and that's it. So and then so they do that. Then of course they host you, so you're given a room, you have your bathroom, this and that, and then they'll give you, they're supposed to feed you, and then at the end of the month they're supposed to give pocket money, a small amount of it, and then you get to go to school. You learn their culture, you do different things. Everyone has a different experience. We'll talk about this in the future, but that's now the main point about this program called Au Pair. In any case, so that's how I came here. But how did I get to know about this program? Because it was 13 years ago. And I have to say, like, nowadays people have access because people have already told their stories. Like now, the way I'm telling my story, you can find also someone telling their story of how they were an au pair in a different country or this and that on TikTok, anywhere. You find people sharing their stories. But so for me, that's how I got to come here. And how did I get to choose German? The issue was I was learning German at that moment because I was studying tourism, and doing tourism, I had to choose one foreign language, and at that moment, I had chosen German as my foreign language, my preference. Anywho, don't judge me. Um, yes. So anyway, I had chosen German as a foreign language during my course, no, during my studies, and so as I was now learning the language, our German teacher mentioned that there was this program, this and that, and then I never even took it seriously, so I continued to do my college, and I finished my college actually at that moment. Um, and at some point, this we went to school with was also doing the same language, and she was doing the language to travel to Germany. And so we had also had a conversation, and we talked about this, and then I think she left later on. Yeah, so for me, I finished my college, and then I went to Nairobi. I started working there for a while, but not in the industry that I had studied. So I still was hustling for a job. And at some point, I went to visit my sister, and I was like, there's a lady here who's just doing agency, and she's taking people to. No, I had explained about now going to Germany and stuff like that. I was interested in it, although no one in my family had been to German, or rather, I mean, right now I know of family members who have been here, but I didn't know about back then. Okay, so, but I didn't know them back then, and I, so let me say, like, I was just this first person who's saying she wants to move abroad. But anyway, I think I'm just, I like to try new things, and I just I wanted a good life for myself, honestly. Um, but I am also not afraid of starting or trying new things for sure. And so I beat the odds and said, you know what, I will also do it. And so that's how I went ahead and started it. And I started learning the language. The lady who had this agency was also teaching German. So she had also been to Germany as an au pair also. She learned the language here, and then she decided to go back home and start that business. So she was bringing people here, looking for people's host families, and then she could just teach them. Then you go and do your exams in Goethe Institute in Nairobi, and then after that, she could just connect you to a family. Then you get a contract from this host family. From this host family, and then you go to the embassy. Then you have an interview. If you're lucky, you get the visa. If you're not, then you're not. But you can always also try. You don't give up. So please, if you want to do that, just go ahead. Learn the language. Try. If you're still young, like, I mean, it was the age between 18 to 26. I don't know if they've changed that. You can Google and you can check, but for sure, yeah. And it's not only in Germany. The au pair program, it's worldwide, so you can always like look around and see which country do you want to go, because that's something that you need to identify. Where do I want to go? Because here's the thing about going to a foreign land or going to a new country, is that your life is going to be, you're going to have to take some few steps back for you to be able to settle down, especially if you're going to a country where you have to learn the new language. It's like you're a child. You have to start from scratch. So you have to learn the language, and then you have to start from there. And it's very advisable if you're going to a foreign land, if you're coming out to Germany, for example, you really need to learn the language. Because whether you're coming to study and you don't need German to study, but you plan on staying in Germany later on, you will still need the language to be able to move around. Even if you're living in a big city like Berlin, you will still need the language, because I mean, it's not everyone will be able to speak in German, and also that will also make it easier for you to also find a job. Yeah, so that's something that I advise people most cases. Don't ignore learning the language. And I know people say it's hard, it's difficult, but let me tell you, if you already have interest and you have really made the decision you want to move to that country, let's just talk about German. And if you've decided, I want to move to Germany, then why don't you just invest in learning the language? And once you're done, you're going to be good to go, because you'll be able to you will have access to, jobs. You'll be able to find jobs easily. You'll be able to move around easily, because everywhere they go, it's just in the German language. So anyway, so that's how I got to come here, and that's how I stayed. Because and how I tell people, once you leave your foreign country, or once you get to the foreign land that you're going to, like, the only difficult moment is mostly the bridge to leave your country and go to the next country that you're going to. But once you get there, you're going to plant your roots and decide, do I want to stay here or do I want to leave? And I know if you are also disciplined and you are also willing, you're willing to grow, and you've also set goals, then you're going to make it. Yeah, so it's not that hard. It is easy. And it's okay to just go for it. It doesn't matter if you have anyone there. It doesn't matter if you have, look at me. I'm a good example. I didn't know anyone. I did not have any relative to come to, but I made it, right? I made it through, because at the end of the day, I had a goal and I had set my mind to it. And so if you also have the same goal and you've set your mind to it, if you want to do better, if you want to be able to, to make it in life, you always have to try. Whether it's going to a different land, whether it's starting a new business, whatever it is, just go for it. Don't feel like, that's too much work. Oh, learning a new language, no, I can't. Yes, you can, because the time is going really fast. If you told me 13 years I'll be still here, I wouldn't have believed it. But look, the time has gone by so fast, and everything works out for, it works out however God has planned it, Yes, I'm admiring myself. I don't know. I don't have makeup on, no? I don't have any makeup on. I just put some lipstick. Yeah. Such a cutie, no? Yeah, and mascara. True. But nothing else. I don't have anything else. Nothing. All natural. Thank God. And so, thank you so much for sticking around until the end. And I'll see you on the next one. I hope the video was insightful to you. I hope I inspired someone with the information. Yeah, but we will have a conversation, of course, in near future of how my experience was. And yeah, so have a good one and enjoy your weekends. Bye. Toodles.